Taylor, I know you talked to the team just about your why of joining Nebraska. Can you share just some of the messages that you shared with the team?
Yeah, I said my why is definitely happiness and a mix of also gratefulness, just because I'm just really happy I'm a part of a team where I feel like I can definitely thrive in this high-level environment, and also just being surrounded by a bunch of girls that I know trust me, are putting so much work into making sure that I get better, and I'm also doing the same thing. So I'm just super happy and super grateful that I'm in an environment where I just love my teammates, love the coaching staff, and they love me back.
It's like, was every player supposed to do that, or how did that come up?
The why?
Yeah, like was that a team meeting where everybody had to do that? Or
Yeah, so we just have a why that we want to do, and then each person will share their why whenever they're ready, and then we all just kind of boost them up, give them some support, especially since the why is such a big part of why we play volleyball, and just coming up with it can be a little bit difficult sometimes, and everybody has their own why, so just making sure that we're all there active listening and making sure that we also know each other's whys so then we can help each other out throughout the season on our whys.
Were you surprised the reaction you got? Because I think we talked to Bergen and Andy the next day. They were gushing about that. Were you surprised the reaction you got?
A little bit, but also not really at the same time, just because I feel like everybody kind of knows my story of what I did last year and everything, and just wanting to make sure that I can keep excelling. So I think my why was super heartfelt, came from the heart, and I think everybody knew that.
Leyla, what's your why?
My why is kind of inspired by a quote from Teddy Roosevelt. It's like comes from this quote that's called "The Man in the Arena," and it's all about just daring greatly and just taking a leap of faith and going after it and just daring greatly. And I wanted to share that with the team because I think it not only is it personal to me, but I think it applies to what we're trying to do this year.
Taylor, are the coaches trying to make minor changes with you, and how are you kind of approaching and reacting to those things?
Yeah, definitely taking every single day and every single piece of feedback they give me to my advantage, just because I feel like there are some parts of my game that I definitely want to make sure that I get better at, and they've definitely pinpointed those certain areas of my game and are just giving me so much feedback, giving me so much reassurance and encouragement when I'm trying to make those changes. And so, yeah, there's just every single skill, basically, there's something that I want to fix, and they're definitely here to help me, and they're doing a great job.
What are the biggest areas you want to get better at?
Definitely attacking, especially out of system and then my passing consistency.
What has it been like for you guys adjusting to how Nebraska does things and getting back into volleyball after a tad bit of a break?
I think, like any preseason, you kind of get thrown into it, and it starts off really fast. Something that's unique about the Nebraska gym is we have so many personnel and coaches and people that are moving around and helping us get started, so we can just hop right in the drills. So for me personally, it's been kind of an adjustment to just get into those drills and learn them as fast as possible. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's been really great, and obviously all the girls and the returners have been so helpful with us, and the coaches have been leading us, and yeah, it's been really fun. I think we both have just been having a blast because it's just such a unique and competitive and fun environment.
Yes, I completely agree with what Leyla just said. Everything word for word.
Have you had any moments where it's like, hey, wait, I don't know what you're talking about. Take a step back, explain things a little bit?
I think there are some, but it's also nice because I feel like before the drills even happen, if I go, oh, okay, what is this? There's somebody that would just step and be like, this is what we're doing. This is kind of how the drill goes. And then they explain it to me quickly. And then I'm just able to catch on as the drill keeps going. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been following Andy and Rebecca around like a puppy for like 3 weeks, and they've been so helpful, and I feel like I'm finally like getting my footing now.
Yeah.
Hey, when you two look at the culture of this program, what makes it so special? I'm coming in from the outside, I know Taylor kind of, but what's been the best part of that so far?
I think for me personally, it's the team culture. And I feel like we're all on the exact same page of what our expectations are and what we're striving for at the end of the season, national championship. And so I just feel like everybody's super invested and super engaged into understanding that culture and then making sure that we're all understanding and what each person needs to do to make sure that our culture is where it should be all the time. Yeah.
I would agree with Taylor, and I think what makes this program so unique is the standard of excellence that we carry like into every single day. Obviously, everyone out there is striving to make it to the national championship and win, but I think Nebraska just has a special edge, and we have the support to help us get there, and it's not something that we take lightly either. And we also make it fun. Like, we're working really hard, but we're having a lot of fun with it, and we're getting better each and every day.
I think kind of to add really quick to that as well, I just think that we do a really good job of also hanging out outside of volleyball. And I think that we do a really good effort in making sure that everybody feels included. And if we do something as a team, everybody's there. Or even if someone doesn't want to be there, they're like, hey, I'll come to the next thing. So we're still making sure that we're developing that culture off the court as well.
Leyla, you said that this team has a special edge. What is that edge?
I think it's something that Coach has really cultivated in his time as the head coach. We've had a little project of reaching out to alumni and getting to know Lauren Stiverins and talking to Ani Evans. I think that this is just something that is an expectation that Coach has set forward for each and every team. And Lexi and Merritt kind of take the lead on how that's going to look for our group this year. And it just makes it really special because we kind of get to take ownership over how we're going to approach that standard of excellence and how we can meet that every day.
What has it been like for you to work with Andy and Rebecca and kind of see how they work on the court?
Oh my gosh, it's been so much fun. I love our middles group. I think we work really hard, but we also like to really encourage each other, help each other out. We work a lot with Jalen, and he makes training really fun and really fast. So I just can't say enough about how great they've been and welcoming me and helping me, just kind of showing me the ropes and all of that. It's been amazing.
Taylor, same question to you. How's it been coming into that outside hitter group?
It's been really fun. I think everybody's super welcoming, just kind of like what Leyla just said. And I think that we also do a really good job of encouraging each other, even though it's super high level and we're all competing for a spot at some point. But I just think that we all have so much love for one another, and it kind of shows out on the court. We're always giving each other high fives and encouraging each other, telling us what we see on the court, even though we are, at the end of the day, still competing against one another.
Taylor, who are your alumni?
I had Jordan Larson.
You had Jordan Larson.
Yeah, I interviewed her.
Tough assignment then for you.
It was good. We had a good conversation. Yeah.
What did you learn and take away from that conversation?
So I asked her 5 different questions, and I just kind of wanted to understand why she came to Nebraska, what is a struggle she went through, different kind of things how to overcome struggles and stuff like that. But I think that it's cool just being able to understand her background and where she came from in high school, and then her process all throughout college to be able to then play in the pros. And she just talked about her nutrition, her making sure that she's always staying hydrated, her sleep, and they're just the little things that are outside of volleyball that help you excel as an athlete on the court. It's just not always what you do on the court, but it's also everything you do outside. Yeah.
And Leyla, you played with Lauren's sister. Did you know her before you talked to her at all?
I got to kind of hang out with her this past spring down in San Diego. She spent a lot of time down there, and obviously I had been committed by that point, so it was really great to kind of just have some time getting to talk to her, getting to know her, and listen to her experience and listen to everything that she kind of went through in the program and how great of a time she had here. And I felt like it totally prepared me for everything that I would also experience here too. So it was super fun.
Taylor, red-white scrimmage on Saturday. Just what are you expecting from a competition standpoint at that outside hitter spot, but then also getting your first taste of, of Husker Nation?
I think the competition is going to be super high regardless of whatever side I'm on, and I'm super excited to be able to compete with my teammates because we've been working so hard during this time. And then also the first red and white, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so cool being able to walk into the gym representing Nebraska on my chest, being able to be one of my first games ever as a Husker, and just being able to walk out when those lights are off and I see all the flashlights and I see that our big screen is up, and just being able to compete. I'm just over the moon excited. I cannot wait. I've heard so many stories about it, and I'm going to actually be able to live that dream, so I just cannot wait.
Leyla, what are your thoughts about playing in front of a sold-out crowd for a scrimmage?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's not, because this is just what Nebraska does. I feel so grateful that we get to have the opportunity to play in front of fans that support this program in the way that they do. I mean, I feel like I keep hearing about it, and I cannot wait to just experience it because there's truly nothing like it, and I can't wait. I'm just excited.
You had to play some catch-up getting here late, but what's it been like building a connection with Bergen?
I think it's been really good. I just think that she's super receptive to feedback, and right after I tell her something, and then she fixes it immediately. And also I think that I try and do a really good job of adjusting to different things because every single set's not perfect, so I as a hitter have to make sure that her sets also look good. So I just think it's been really good. She's always listening to what I'm saying, always asking for feedback. We always give each other high fives, and that communication line I think is already high, even though it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, Bergen's really fun to work with. She's just such a intuitive setter. I feel like no matter where you are on the court, she just has this innate ability of putting the ball exactly where it needs to be, and she makes it really fun, and she's such a great teammate too, so can't say enough good things about her.
Final questions?
Have you all tried Runza yet?
I have not, but I've heard good things.
It's on our list.
Yes, it's on my bucket list. At some point, I'll go there. I promise. Yeah.
Layla, what have you learned about how Nebraska wants to play defense and their mindset playing defense?
Yeah, I think especially for us as middles, like being a defensive kind of like force at the net is so important, and I think we take a lot of pride in that in our training, and I know that each one of us is just doing our best to be really consistent with it and take a lot of pride in it. And yeah, I'm excited. We've been working really hard on our blocking, and all three of us have been having a lot of fun with Jalen and getting a lot of feedback. So I'm excited to kind of show what that's going to look like.
You guys have the red-white scrimmage, but then you kind of jump into your first game, and it's against a really good team on the road. How are you kind of approaching that just kind of quick start to the season?
I think personally I'm just going to take it day by day, match by match, and not try and overcomplicate anything or stress about anything. I'm just going to try and take our red and white game as it is in the moment, and then we will train. We'll have a few days of train, a few days of travel, and then we're going to get right back into playing Kentucky. So I'm just excited to kind of see what it looks like and adjust as the time goes on.
Yeah, I think we've all been waiting for this. This has been probably one of the longest preseasons we've had yet. So this weekend's going to be really fun. We've been putting in a lot of work, and we're all ready to kind of stop competing against each other and start putting that towards other teams and just letting loose. Yeah.
Are you ready to sign autographs for 2 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like interacting with fans and the whole community. I think they give us so much support, so I want to give it back to them too.
Get those hands loose.
I know, we
Yes,
got to
done.
stretch it out.
Stretches, yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.